Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're on an adventure. We're on an adventure to try and find some traditional Somali products. So let's see what we can find. Yes! So we have beautiful Somali girls with no hijab, amazing artwork. We have wedding gifts. Here's the camels I didn't receive from my husband. Shoes, drums, and a pillow. Oh, stop it. That's terrible. Now I'm super excited because I think we've come to the exact location that I need, which is the Hargeisa Cultural Centre. After a bit of a slow start when we first go in, we finally find the right place to go. We go in and we get to meet the manager of the cultural centre. Her name is Hafsa. She is a Somali cultural warrior. She's amazing. She's going to teach me so many things about so many different products. First of all, though, one of my favourite Somali products that we're going to learn about is the oud guitar. So you'll notice from all my background music, I love it.
Tell me,
so let's learn more about it.
So this is a typical oud. So usually our cultural songs and we're traditionally famous with making songs and stuff. So they don't only use the oud, but they also use drums.
Yes.
Whistling.
Whistling with their mouth or with a special whistle?
With their mouth.
Okay.
Drums.
Yes.
Which are traditionally made.
Yes.
So that's the main reason we have it here. So there's a class going on here where people are learning how to play it.
Because it's kind of like a dying out skill, is it? Is there many people playing this?
People are going on with the technology and the modern stuff.
Yes.
And then they rarely use it. Also, some people, they call it kaman.
Kaman.
Yeah, kaban.
Kaban. They call this a kaban?
This is a kaban. So the naming just changed, but other than that,
it's same.
It's the same.
So is Caleb holding it right? Or is Hamda holding it right? Yes? He's holding it right, so you hold it like a guitar, not like a cello. Nadif, I'm loving this very traditional painting that I see here of Somali culture. And someone who's new to Somali culture, I have to find it very interesting. You know, you've got the camel, you've got the dill. Obviously, camels is a very big part of the Somali culture, and the camel milk and the dill, I love that. But these beautiful Somali girls, I see that they've got no hijab, like they're no.
Because the people not use it.
Right. So really then the traditional Somali culture in years ago, this is how the Somali girls looked. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. That's interesting.
This is we're called the nomadic people. Like
right.
The Somali people are called the nomadic people. So they used to move from one place to another, looking out where there is water, and because they have animals, livestock and everything. So they have to find where there is water. So from time to time, they would move from one place to another. So this camel, like you could see the han. So this one is called han sable, which means the...
This is the han sable.
Han.
I know the sap.
Han is way bigger. You will see it at the gallery.
This han. And this sap.
Yeah, it's called sap. It's for the protection and so that it stands well.
Okay.
So they tied it on the camel because they are moving from one place to another.
Okay.
So usually the woman, like, she gets the camel, one of the camels, while the other ones also help her with, because all the camels are the ones which they we using it as a way of transport. In one place when they find water, then they again make a house.
Okay. So the couple of questions I have, the landscape that was dry has always been like that, yes?
Yeah.
So you can't say this region, it is dry now because of a drought, but it's always been dry. That part's true?
Yeah.
Yes?
It's always dry. It depends on when the people are there. Like if it's a rainy season,
right,
it's not dry. It's always wet. But if it's not a rainy season,
then they have to travel for what? Okay. New Somali band. Okay, so let's head off into the gallery where we're going to see some artworks and some artifacts. Okay, so my wonderful friend is about to show me through the gallery, so I'm going to ask lots of questions. We're going to see lots of artifacts, and she's going to explain everything. Can I ask your name? Maga'a?
Hafsa.
Hafsa.
Yeah. I am the art gallery of Hargeisa Cultural Centre.
Wonderful, awesome, love it. What a fantastic job. Is it your dream job? Is it something that you're really passionate about?
I'm really passionate about music and Somali culture. Firstly, when I started working here, then I learned more. I actually knew less.
So can I ask them, when you were a little girl, did you know much about Somali culture?
Nope.
So you said, and you grew up in Hargeisa. Where'd you grow up?
I was born and raised here in Hargeisa,
Okay.
but I'm learning lots of stuff.
Right,
Not
okay.
only the Somali culture, but I'm also learning how these people were using Somali. Our Somali culture is not only about having materials and some tangible things, but it's also because we're told as the oral society, there's a lot of things that they used to say that have been never written, that have been never been shown somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm working on the cassettes. I'll show you later.
Okay.
So I'm digitalizing the cassettes.
Right.
And there's like more than 1,000 cassettes, 14,000.
Really? Because cassettes, that's so old school, right? Yeah. So you can just see here the mammoth scale of this work that Hafsa and her team are working on. 14,000 cassettes that they're trying to digitalize.
The main reason that I'm doing the digitalization now is that the devices which use the digitalization could no longer be found.
Okay,
so people,
really? Because this is such old school that people have moved on so fast that they're like, no one's putting cassettes onto DVD. They've already done that years ago, right?
Yeah. And they never want to have these things.
So being that the Somali culture is a very oral society, it's so important that this information on these cassettes gets digitalized so it's there for generations and generations to come. Otherwise, it's going to be lost. So can I ask a question? If you're a little girl that grows up in Hargeisa in Somaliland, yet a lot of the Somali culture you're just learning now, why is it that it's not something that is within the schools? That there is not cultural programs? Because I know that, every little girl and boy, they go to Quran classes and learn that part of their,
religion.
Yes, of course. So why is it not equally taught, the Somali culture?
Yeah. So what I believe is that culture, the religion has been taken off by the culture. So people would be saying, "Oh, we're talking about our culture," but it's not about their culture. They're talking about religion.
Okay.
So in our schools, definitely is being taught, but then when a young person, it's different when a young person sees it rather than when a young person hears it. So if the young people are hearing what they are saying, but they're not seeing tangible stuff, they will never understand, and they will never know the importance of it.
Yes, and it'll get lost.
Yeah, so like for us at the Hargeisa Cultural Centre, we collected this cultural materials and stuff. It was more about having something which is tangible.
Yes.
Having something which people understands it, rather than just knowing the names of it.
Yes.
So for example, this rifle.
Right.
This rifle, traditionally, when a guy is marrying a woman, he's supposed to pay 100 camels, 100 camels, a rifle, and a horse.
Right.
He used to pay all this, but now things change, and it changed into gold.
Okay.
So people are taking as an engagement that they have gold rather than having cultural,
Is that because a lot of the nomadic people have moved into the city, so they actually don't have camels anymore? Do you think that's part of it?
No, there are lots of camels still, but then the traditions are still changing. People are changing.
And maybe a girl wants to have gold rather than a camel.
She's living in the urban space.
Yes.
Why would she have 100 camels rather than having tangible money or gold?
Right.
So she would prefer to have gold rather than having 100 camels.
Okay.
And then the worth of it, having 100 camels, the worth of it became less. But it's still one camel is $1,000.
Yes, that's good amount of money. Yeah. If I would love to. I didn't get that when I got married. I married in Somalia. I didn't get 100 camels worth 1,000 each. What the? Okay, I need to talk to my husband. Okay, so yes, I have some of these at the house that we're living at. So this is here,
called gumbo.
Right. So it's made of leather and of wood
and wood. Yeah.
Yes.
It's made of leather and wood. And let me just show you the drum that you wanted. This is the drum. Great. So this is how it's made. Like it has the fur of the leather of a cow usually.
Yes.
And then under it is just a wood type of wood. some type of fruit. They don't use everything. They just use some types of it.
Oh, okay, yes.
And then,
but you're saying that these trees have basically been cut down without being replaced, so it's hard to find.
So this is a small one.
Okay.
Could be a sample one. It still has the flower and everything, and then it has the wood inside it, and still the flower is there.
Yes. Well, from a goat, it looks like a goat.
It looks like
or
a
something.
goat. Yeah, it's a goat one.
Okay. Wow. Interesting.
This is a Somali pillow.
Oh, stop it! That's terrible.
They call it barkin. So usually they used to put it like on their neck. They don't put it on their head. It's
yes, they put it in behind the neck. But even still, it's so high. I feel.
Yeah, because these people, they had big big hair. Like they had the Afro type hair.
Oh, okay.
So they would when they take the camels out to get like water and the grass and whatever they want, they sleep under a tree, so they don't want their hair to be
to get away. Okay, so to be off the ground. So they're happy for it to be up a bit to keep their hair away.
And then they don't want to feel comfortable because they will sleep and forget about the camels.
Right.
So it's the other way not to feel comfortable.
Not to get that good a night's sleep.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
fair enough.
There's another joke which says if a Somali man breaks this, he's ready to get married.
Right, okay. So young people would use it, but when he becomes a man, if he breaks it, that's it. Time to get married.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Quickly.
Okay. Quickly, okay.
Actually, they put, I don't know, definitely you know lahah.
Yeah, I do.
They put the lahah, or they used to put, so there were no plates.
Right.
Like the one that we have now.
Yes.
So now that one was different.
Yes.
So they used to put dry things, food, which they want to eat. So that was how they used it.
Okay.
So on this table, it's showing the stage that light came through.
Right, okay.
So people started having woods and stuff and trees to make fire of it and making lighting of it.
Yes.
Then the dubaret came. It's called dubaret.
Okay.
They used to put gas on it.
Yes, or kerosene or something.
Or kerosene or something, and then it was lighting up like this.
Okay.
This one is called fainos.
Sure.
It's really famous one. And then we used to, I remember back in the days, I was too young, but I remember my bigger brother used to clean this before Asr. So they used to clean this, make it clear, and
because
there were
it
not
gets
lights.
black soot on it during the day.
And then during the night you needed it to be clean. And then in this part they used to open here and put it in kerosene or gas or whatever they want.
Yes. Wow.
This one is just the same as one like this, but this one is more of, how do I say, like, it was more of
a bigger, fancier version for the
bigger fancy part of it.
Okay.
And they used to use it for like weddings.
Oh.
So this one is the normal lights that we were going through, and then lately how the solar system and we're using the solar and stuff.
Yes. Which I want to see more and more, right? Why not? You've got all this sun. That's
So this is called hera.
okay.
So usually when a Somali woman is getting married, her mother brings hera. So her mother brings two hera.
Okay.
One has sweets, like it has biscuits, sweet, and called sabib.
Okay.
Second one is this one. So they put odka or muhammad.
Okay.
They put muhammad. Muhammad is a small sliced meat where they also put butter or subak inside it. And then on the edges they put dates.
Okay.
Smashed dates.
Ah, yes, I have heard. Okay, right. Is it still used at Somali weddings? Do they still do?
Used.
Really?
Still now.
That's
it's
good.
used.
That's good.
So they put a whole container full of muhammad with the subak. And then, and then it was decorated like this, closed like this. Yeah. So they used to. Our mother is cutting it like this.
Yes. Right. Yeah. As a gift to the new bride, or as
a gift to
for everyone to eat at the wedding.
No, not everyone. It's
it's a gift.
Yeah, it's a gift to the husband.
Oh,
that
okay.
Her daughter has.
Because it's dried meat, yes, so it will last a long time.
It's a dried meat inside with subak, butter.
Okay,
but then when they're having this, it's different. It's the wedding, when the night of the wedding happens,
Yes.
this one happens a week after it. And then the guy,
Yes.
the husband, invites some of his close friends
Really?
just to have the muhammad with him.
Right, okay. Wow, interesting.
And then that muhammad can stay for so long time.
Okay.
It stays, it never gets roasted.
So this painting here, I've obviously quite a bit of distress. Can you give me some?
So this paint, it starts from here. It's a
Okay.
connection between three paints.
Okay.
So this one, it's showing how young people, how young Somalilanders, back in 2016, 2015, lots of young Somalilanders were moving from the country. They
Right.
were immigrating, looking
Yes.
out for job and stuff.
Yes.
So lots of them, they moved. So this was a campaign that we called it "Hatahriban, Don't Immigrate," which means
Yes.
don't immigrate, and wanted them not to move.
Yes.
So we were saying not to move.
Yes,
So this
stay,
one
yes.
is just showing how a young girl is watching TV and imagining how the Hollywood works. And
That's right.
Thinking everything
Is amazing, but
is
it's not
amazing.
reality.
Yeah, but then that's not the reality.
Yes.
And then thinking of that, going
Yes,
through this.
that's
like-
right. So you've been tricked to believe that life is made of milk and honey overseas.
yeah.
So you would do something as crazy as risk your life going on a boat to get to this land of milk and honey, to then only be disappointed
Yeah.
that it's not the case.
What is exceptional? The young people, of course, but young girls are exceptional. This young girl is being raped.
Right.
She's pregnant, and this is the guy telling her to talk to her mother, is telling her to send her money. So
Right.
she's saying,
Yes.
hoyo, 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 la'ag soo dir, which means mother, mother, mother.
Yes.
Please send me money.
Yes.
The mother does not have anything. She's worried,
Yes.
and she's making the lahah
Yeah.
with another baby.
Yes.
So that was also a disappointment for the young, for the young people, and
Of course.
their
Of
parents.
course. Wow. That's really powerful, really heartbreaking. Yeah? Okay.
So this is the Han,
Uh-huh.
Han Sable.
That goes on the camel. So we saw the picture
it
that was
goes
on the
with this
camel.
But after it goes on the camels, usually when they're making, we make yogurts by this.
Yogurt.
Yeah.
Really?
Like-
So camel milk yogurt. Yogurt made of camel milk.
No, not only camel milk. We
With
also
cows?
use cows and goats.
Right.
But
Okay.
familiarly, they use the cows milk.
To make the yogurt.
habo caanaha dhanaanka marka la sameynayo kuweebaa u caana la sameeya caanaha ariga caanaha ariga iyo lo'. But
Right.
then the goats and the
Okay.
cows
Can
be making
yogurt.
yogurt.
Okay,
And then
interesting.
after the yogurt, when they will be shaking it all day
Oh wow.
with this,
Okay.
then what's it called? They would how do I say? They would get butter on it.
Oh, okay. They say take the butter off and then the yogurt's underneath. Is that
and then
the deal?
the butter, they get this.
Okay, so they get this and they take the butter out.
It's called dore.
Dore.
It's like a spoon with it, but
Okay.
when they make the milk, they get the butter with this.
Okay.
And then this is how it make with the butter.
Mm-hmm.
And then this butter will be reserved. Then later on, it would be made with the muhammad, the meat.
Oh,
the other one.
oh,
So there's a
okay.
connection
I
between-
see. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. And obviously, someone has carved that.
Yeah.
Yes, they've got
Yeah.
a chunk of wood and they've carved
Yeah,
it.
they use huda.
Huda. That's a type of tree. Is it a
That's
type,
the type of the tree that they
Okay.
use to make such. They also use lines. They were so artistic. These people
Yes.
were really artistic.
Yes.
And-
Wow.
So this is a spoon and a plate.
Okay. So this is for your wet foods.
So they used to get this with the food. So this called is fandal.
Okay.
Fandal. So we don't call it spoon.
Okay.
We call it fandal.
Fandal. Okay.
This we call it. We don't call it plate.
Okay.
We call it herdo.
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 Yes.
But originally it was
Yes.
used for this.
Okay. Wow.
This is kor.
Yes. Did you put it on the camels?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Camel bell.
Dil?
No,
No?
this is gawe. It's a small gawe. It's a cap. The deal. This is the deal.
Okay. Yes. My mother-in-law, my husband's mum, Hoyo, gave me some of these things when we got married. So these tradition is that also
This is
tradition?
It's a traditional thing. They use a wood to make this.
Okay. And you put your camel milk in there?
They put the camel milk.
And then you burn it inside to get rid of the like bacteria or something, because obviously milk goes off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which means,
I won't even try and say that.
yeah, don't say it.
That's more advanced Somali class for me, right?
So usually it's to take out of the bacteria. Not only that, but to make it smell good, and it also makes the milk to taste good and smells good when drinking.
Yes. Tell me, is this like a game?
Yeah, this is shah. So the shah, they use it with the ground margins and stuff, but this one is a board one. So the shah is a chess.
Oh, so they play this on the ground.
On the ground.
So I went to like a live market and bought a goat, and there was men there playing some game, and it looks like, what are you doing? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But they're playing this game, but they've drawn it out themselves.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So we just made a board. So we wanted to know what's the difference between using the board and using at the ground. So we told them to play on this, and they said no, we don't want to play.
They
on
don't
this.
like it, even though they know how it works. They could do it,
but they don't want it. They like when it's at the ground, and they say it's more. How do I say? Makes them comfortable, civilized.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're more connected to Earth. They're more connected to their lands, I guess.
Yeah. This is called moya and tip.
Yep.
So when making ingredients, we smash this rather than using a blender.
Yes.
We smash this thing.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
This is chalhat.
Okay.
We used to keep water with this. Okay. So there's a bigger one that I'm going to show you, but this is a smaller type of it. Okay. So we used to keep water inside.
Great.
This is called salad.
Okay.
So usually we don't use bags to carry our
shopping and things
groceries
like that.
But this one was familiar with groceries. We just put groceries in there.
Which is phenomenal, because we now have a terrible culture where we have plastic bags and they're hanging all over the trees.
Yeah.
So
but these people were really friendly to the environment and everything.
Of course.
And
fantastic.
They really took care of it.
People make them today?
Yeah, they do. Some of the people who believe into culture and stuff.
Okay, they make it. Yes. Right. Okay.
There was a whole course which was we were training young people.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I'd love to find where these people are. Right?
Yeah.
So to understand.
Yeah. This is tabkhat. So usually we talked about the oud and the unsi. So this is, rather than using air fresheners or perfumes in the house, we put fire into this. Yep. And we put the unsi or the fah or what's it called, the oud, whatever we want, just to make the house
smell nice.
Okay. Maybe you need to try it.
I'm so excited by the work and the message of Hafsa and her team at the Hargeisa Cultural Centre. They really have some amazing initiatives. They have poetry evenings, open mic nights. They teach cultural activities. So they're really doing something super amazing for Hargeisa. So I hope this vlog can be a bit of a reach out, perhaps to the mayor of Hargeisa or to anyone who's actually in a position to be able to help to speed up this process of digitalizing these cassettes with this amazing wealth of information and cultural history, so it can be digitalized before 2 to 3 years, so this information is never lost. In every society, a deep connection to your cultural roots is so important. Not just your faith, but to your cultural roots, because this is what ties you to the land. And if you've got disenfranchised youth who are leaving the land to go look for a better place in Europe, which it is not, then perhaps there needs to be a effort to perhaps instill that deeper connection to the cultural roots and history. So, and the youth can be inspired about the amazing potential that Somaliland has and the amazing city that Hargeisa is. So I hope you've enjoyed coming along through the Cultural Centre as much as I did. I loved what I learned. Hafsa, you are amazing. Thank you so much.